Alright, the Reds, thank you very much for tuning in on our pre-match build-up show. Arsenal coming to Anfield. Liverpool historically have got a very good record against the Gunners, but Mikel Arteta's got his Arsenal side playing very well. They have beaten the teams that they've been expected to beat. It will be a massive test for this young Arsenal side. Let me know your thoughts on starting 11 for Liverpool, and there's any Gunners out there. Make sure you do get your comments in the comment section below, and we will be reading through them as we go throughout tonight's live stream. But if you're watching this on the repeat, absolute legends, really do appreciate it. I will be replying to every single one of you. And obviously all the Reds or Gunners will be all replying to one another anyway. But Reds, hopefully having a good weekend, looking after each other anyway. But as we just said, historically Liverpool have got a decent record against Arsenal, but it's about the reaction, which I think will be the most important thing and aspect from this Liverpool side. Arsenal have got a very good record from set pieces, which is a point that Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp will very much have done their preparation work this weekend. Need a much improved defensive display, as good as West Ham have been this season. As we have seen, they absolutely cut us open. It's very rare that happens, and it has done in recent seasons, but you could look at it and look for a cause for concern, but I think we would have learned so much from the West Ham that we won't be the only side that will drop points against David Moyes' West Ham side. If they keep players fit, they very much take a lot of big scalps off the back of Liverpool's performance. But Reds, make sure you do get your comments in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on team selection as well, Reds. Andrew, hello lad. Hope you're having a great night. 3 points on Saturday. Andrew, who would you go with in your Starn 11 predictor? For me, obviously, international break has come to an end. 4 more months of no internationals, which is fantastic news, not just for Liverpool, but for rival fans around the Premier League and the rest of Europe. But there's been a couple of knocks. I know Sadio Mane did take a whack to the ribs. Lucky enough, he has been in training this week, so it's looking positive in terms of that. But the midfield battle, I think most importantly, come this weekend. We've seen Arsenal get a grind out, a 1-0 win, Maitland-Niles with a man-of-the-match performance, but and Lokonga, obviously the number 23 for Arsenal, Saka, but the main man, Smith Rowe, number 10, signed a new contract at the football club, and a lot of pressure has been thrust upon not just the young players at Arsenal, but they have become men. They have been their leadership for the football club, and it just says a lot about Aubameyang and Lacazette when you've got youngsters stepping up in their absence. You got Aubameyang, since he did sign that contract a couple of seasons ago, his performances have dropped off a cliff, really, which is quite disappointing, really. But yet again, we know Aubameyang's quality when he did come to Anfield all those seasons ago under Tuchel for Borussia Dortmund. Hopefully we keep him as quiet as that game anyway, but even though he did get a couple of goals, but he did play a 4-4-1-1. Arsenal. Lacazette has been dropping into that midfield role, number 10 really. But it's an important case of, yes, we can do our job. If Liverpool play our game, we'll absolutely should wipe the floor with Arsenal. But as we've seen in recent weeks, the West Ham game, the Brighton game, but it's whether what Arsenal is going to turn up at R5 at Anfield under the lights, really. Will the Arsenal players this weekend do what Brighton done famously a couple of weeks ago? And obviously West Ham players like Jarrod Bowen, Ben Rahman. When you look at Smith Rowe and Saka, very good going forward, and obviously Ramsdale playing very well. But it's what these midfield players of Arsenal, Lokonga, Maitland-Niles, if they can all be a lot more technically switched on going backwards towards the goal. If Liverpool can put on the front foot, pressure them in the right areas, obviously Arsenal historically, especially under Mikel Arteta, he wants to bring this philosophy. Obviously Arsenal have always been very good on the iron and playing the right way in football, but I think when I've seen them on Match of the Day over the last couple of weeks, they've very much been allowed to play from the back, and if Jurgen Klopp and the lads just got to be straight into them. Minute one, really stop their balls into Smith Rowe. They like to sack it as well. Maitland-Niles, he did get a man in a match performance against Watford. I think Watford were very disappointing. They could have at least, even though they got Kuchka sent off late on in the game, but Watford really should have been down to about 9 or 8 men by the end of that game. But if Saka and Smith Rowe, they need to be switched on, and that's something that Liverpool can very much identify in terms of using those wide areas. Obviously, they're doubling up in those, especially down that right hand side of Salah. Whether that's Henderson, if he is back fully fit anyway, Fabinho, trying to create those triangles down the right. And obviously Kostas Tsimikas coming in for the injured Andy Robinson. It's very disappointing to see Andy out through injury. It looks like he'll be out for a couple of weeks due to a hamstring injury, which is not good, because we want both of these lads playing at full peak fitness for Liverpool Football Club. They allow us to play our best peak performance levels as well in all competitions, really. But the wide areas be very key, and the midfield battle. Reds, let me know your thoughts. There is going to be a lot of players out injured due to injury, but as I said, just a quick touch on the Arsenal's team that did play against Watford. Be interesting to see if Arteta does change this. They did play a 4-4-1-1 against Watford. Tomiyasu, the new sign, playing right back. Ben White, Gabriel, Tavares, the number 20, the Portuguese played anyway, playing left back. I know Kieran Tierney has been out injured, and he looks like he'll be getting the nod ahead of Tierney. Saka did play out wide right. Lokonga in the midfield. As I said, Maitland-Niles put a man in a match performance in against Watford, so we'll be playing that midfield role. Smith Rowe down the left, but he does like to drift quite central anyway. Him and Saka are very good at doing that. And obviously in the 4-4-1-1 formation, Lacazette was dropping into that 10 role, and Aubameyang up front. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, Reds. What will be the key battles for Liverpool come R5 Saturday night anyway? But really do appreciate it. Let's get to all your comments. Alisson, Andrew is going with his team selection. He's gone with Alisson, Trent, Canate, Virgil van Dijk, Kostas, Fabinho, Henderson, Salah, Jota and Mane. That's his starting 11 prediction. Matt, cheers Matty, cheers for getting your comments in, mate. His team selection has gone with, he's gone with Alisson, Trent, Matip, Virgil van Dijk, Kostas, Robbo. Yeah, Robbo isn't fit, mate, but he's spot on there. Kostas down the left, and Matt is going with the midfield trio of Fabinho, Thiago and Henderson, and then he's gone with the selection of Salah, Mane and Jota, and obviously Jota down the middle. Tacky if Mane is not fit. But Matt's gone with Arsenal will fold against the bigger teams. They look great against smaller teams when they can play ball, but if a team sticks it on them and think they are Matt personally thinks that they're very much bottle jobs. I very much agree with that, mate. It is going to be a massive test for Arteta in terms of the way in which he wants to play his football. Saka's a great player though, I must say. He's a tremendous player. I wish Liverpool did put a transfer request in for him. I think Jurgen Klopp did flirt with the option of potentially signing him a couple of years ago. I think it was last year before he signed that new contract. I know he only had a couple of months left on his contract, but it's a massive signing for Arsenal. But Reds, let me know your thoughts. Score predictions, Reds. I'm going to go with a 3-1. As I said, I think the midfield battle will be very key, as everyone in chat has already alluded to. I think we should have too much, but we've seen the games against West Ham, but it's about getting that consistent performances, and that comes from consistent team selection, most importantly, as well. Chopping and changing doesn't help, but due to having severe injuries throughout the squad, but it's not just Liverpool, but in the coming weeks, international duty is absolutely played, not just Liverpool, but a lot of the Premier League sides, and this is now the period. If you want to be going in for the titles and challenging come the end of May, these are the periods. Now, when we did win the league title a couple of seasons back, it was around about that December-January period where we took about a total of like 24 points of a possible 27, which is absolutely staggering, but our lads are very capable of winning this game, so I'm going to go with a 3-1. Reds, leave me your score predictions in the comment section below as we go live, or I will be replying to you after the show anyway. But it's going to be intriguing. Smith Rowe, what a tremendous player, but I think it'll be a massive game for Mohamed Salah to really step up, especially against Tomiyasu and obviously Ben White and Gabriel. Did not really come up against the calibre of player of Mohamed Salah. But Reds, thank you very much for tuning in. It wasn't going to be a long one, but really do appreciate all the support on the channel. As always, you're absolute legends. Leave me your score predictions, your team selection as well. And if there's any Arsenal fans, make sure you do get your comments in on your team selection and how you think the game will unfold come 5:30 Saturday. But Reds, look after yourself, and Gunners, if there's any Gunners watching, look after yourselves as well, and really do appreciate all the support on the channel. If you are new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and put your bell notification on as well. And if you don't mind dropping a like on the video, it does help out the channel. But Reds, I will see you tomorrow for another episode. And Reds, you'll never walk alone. And fingers crossed, Jürgen and the lads can do the business. Pretty sure they can do. See you later. Cheers.